Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're doing something really cool. We are unlocking the secret language of computers. Have you ever stopped to wonder how your tablet, your phone, or your computer actually processes all those games and videos? Well, behind every single colorful pixel and every sound is a hidden world of pure mathematics. So let's crack that code together. Think about how you first learned to count. You probably used your fingers, right? We naturally use a base 10 counting system simply because, well, we have 10 fingers. But what about a computer? It doesn't have hands or fingers. Instead, it only has millions of tiny electrical switches inside its processor. And those switches can only be in one of two states, on or off. So here is our game plan for today. First, we'll meet the different number systems. Then we'll decode that on and off binary world, figure out exactly how to translate our human numbers into computer code, and wrap up by doing math exactly like a computer does. All right, part one. Let's meet the cast of characters and understand the building blocks of human math versus computer math. Now, before we jump in, there's one golden rule you need to understand: the base, which is sometimes called the radix. The base just means the total number of unique digits that a specific number system is allowed to use. It's kind of like knowing the rules of a board game. Once you know the base, you know exactly how to play. In the world of computing, there are four main types of number systems we use. We've got the decimal system, the binary system, the octal system, and the hexadecimal system. Each one operates on a totally different base and serves a very specific purpose. The really crucial thing to grasp here is the difference between our everyday decimal system and the computer's binary system. Decimal is base 10. It uses 10 digits, 0 through 9, again, heavily influenced by our biology. But binary? That's base 2. It literally only uses 2 digits, 0 and 1. And this perfectly matches the machine. 0 is off and 1 is on. Moving right along to part 2, let's look closer at this binary world. This is the exact language that allows machines to process information. Because to a computer, literally everything has to be translated into ons and offs. It all starts with the smallest possible building block, the bit. A bit is just a single binary digit, either a 0 or a 1. You know how words like bicycle mean 2 wheels? The prefix bi means 2. The word bit itself is literally a mashup of binary and digit. It's the absolute tiniest unit of data. Now, what's super fascinating is how these tiny individual bits team up to form larger pieces of data. If you group 4 bits together, that's called a nibble. Group 8 bits together, and you get a byte. You've probably heard of megabytes and gigabytes, right? Well, those all start right here with groups of 8 ones and zeros. Oh, and a group of 16 bits? That's called a word. You can probably guess that if you're only using ones and zeros, numbers are going to get really long really fast. A simple document could be hundreds of thousands of bits long. To fix this, computer scientists use octal, which is base 8, and hexadecimal, which is base 16. Think of them as helpful shorthand codes. Hexadecimal even brings in letters A through F just to have enough unique characters for its 16 digits. Okay, part 3. This is the fun part. Let's crack the code and learn how to translate our human base 10 numbers directly into computer language using a brilliant, simple math trick. So, how do we convert a normal decimal number into binary? We use the continuous division by 2 method. It's so simple. You just divide your number by 2 and write down the remainder. Then divide your new answer by 2 and write down that remainder. Keep repeating this until you literally can't divide by 2 anymore. To get your final secret code, just list the remainders from the bottom to the top. Let's see this in action with the number 26. All right, 26 divided by 2 is 13, remainder 0. Divide 13 by 2, you get 6 with a remainder of 1. Divide 6 by 2, that's 3, remainder 0. Divide 3 by 2, that's 1, remainder 1. And we stop there. Now read that last answer and all remainders from the bottom up, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. Boom. The number 26 is 1, 1, 0, 1, 0 in binary. Let's try it with a bigger number. 64. If you divide 64 by 2 over and over, it keeps dividing evenly, giving you remainders of 0 all the way down until you hit a 1 at the very end. Reading from the bottom up, 64 turns into a 1 followed by 6 zeros, 100,000, 100,000,000. All right, final section. Now that we speak the computer's language, let's step inside its brain and do math exactly like it does. How do you add and subtract when you can't use the numbers 2 through 9? Well, binary addition actually follows rules that are super similar to normal math. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. But what happens when you add 1 and 1? In decimal, it's 2. But binary doesn't have a 2. So 1 plus 1 equals 10. You write down the 0 and you carry over the 1 to the next column. Notice in this example how the carried over ones drop right into the next column. It works exactly like carrying a 10 in our normal decimal math. If you hit a column with 1 plus 1, you put a 0 at the bottom and float a 1 to the left. And hey, if you have 3 ones in a column because of a carry, that equals 11. Write down a 1 and carry a 1. Now, binary subtraction also feels pretty familiar, but there's a catch. 0 minus 0 is 0, 1 minus 0 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. Easy. But watch out for 0 minus 1. You can't take something from nothing. So, just like normal math, you have to borrow a 1 from the column to the left. That turns your 0 into a binary 10, and binary 10 minus 1 leaves you with 1. This perfectly shows the borrowing rule in action. We're trying to subtract 111 from 1,000. In that far right column, we've got 0 minus 1. We have to borrow from the left, but the neighbor's is 0 too. We actually have to ripple that borrow all the way over from the leftmost 1. Once we borrow it, it trickles down and lets us finish the math, giving us an answer of 0001. Before we wrap up, here's a crazy historical fact. You'd probably assume this whole binary system was cooked up recently by modern tech geniuses, right? Actually, scratch that. This futuristic language was invented by a mathematician named Gottfried Leibniz way back in 1679. Literally centuries before the first electronic computer was ever plugged in, the language of the digital age was already written. How wild is that? So let me leave you with a quick question to test your new skills. If a computer offers you 1,000 rupees, but it's paying you in binary, are you rich? Think about it. 1,000 in binary is actually just the number 8 in our normal decimal system. So yeah, maybe don't go on a shopping spree just yet. You guys, understanding how machines talk to each other unlocks a whole new level of understanding our digital world. Keep practicing those conversions, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.